welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're breaking down a really powerful framework from the International Project Management Association. It's all about giving you 4 different ways, 4 different lenses to see your project, which can totally change how you plan it and ultimately whether you succeed.
So let's just dive right in with a question. You've got 2 massive undertakings, building a 57-kilometer tunnel deep underground and, on the other hand, launching the Olympic Games. They're both huge, right? But are they really the same kind of challenge?
Well, sure, they're both projects, but that's pretty much where the similarities stop. If you want to actually manage them successfully, you need completely different ways of thinking, totally different priorities. You really need a different set of tools for each. And that is exactly where this framework comes into play. You should think of it less like some rigid, by-the-book instruction manual and more like a super versatile toolkit. It's designed to help you figure out the unique DNA of your project right from the get-go. The whole point here isn't to try and force every project into some neat little box. Nope. It's about helping you spot the dominant features. The main challenges, the biggest priorities, so you can pick the right approach and really build your plan on a solid foundation. Okay, so let's crack open this toolkit and take a look at the 4 essential lenses inside. Each one is designed to bring a different and absolutely critical aspect of a project into sharp focus. First up, we've got what are called investment projects. These are the kinds of projects you can literally point to when they're finished. We're talking about buildings, bridges, infrastructure, tangible stuff. Success here is all about clear technical specs and a big capital investment. The name of the game is tight control over the scope and budget to deliver exactly what was promised. You want a perfect example? Look no further than the Gotthard Base Tunnel in Switzerland. That entire project lived and died by its engineering, staying inside a massive budget and hitting incredibly precise quality standards. The goal was crystal clear. Build a 57-kilometer tunnel that works. Period. All right, our second lens is for R&D, research and development projects. Now, these are basically ventures into the great unknown. The goal isn't just to build something we already understand. It's to discover new knowledge and create something that's never been done before. And that means the core challenge is managing a ton of uncertainty. So with these projects, the focus isn't just on a polished final product, it's about the journey of discovery. Imagine a project trying to figure out how to use social robots in a university classroom. Success isn't just building the robot, it's about what you learn, the concepts you prove, and getting people from totally different fields, like education, psychology, and robotics, to work together. Third in our toolkit, we have organizational projects. These are all about rewiring the internal machinery of a company. The focus shifts completely from physical things to the people, the processes, and the culture that really make an organization tick. Success here? It's almost entirely about communication and getting people on board. A classic case of this is rolling out a new quality management system to get an ISO certification. You can't just, install it like an app. Its success hinges completely on changing people's habits and daily routines. It's all driven by communication, training, and navigating that cultural shift. The final result isn't a thing, it's a new way of working. And finally, we've got event projects. With this type of project, one single factor rules over everything else: the calendar. Everything, and I mean everything, is relentlessly driven by a fixed, totally non-negotiable deadline. That means all your planning has to work backwards from that one critical date. And the ultimate example of this has to be the Olympic Games, right? The opening ceremony is going to happen on a specific day at a specific time, whether you're ready or not. That immovable deadline dictates every single decision, from logistics and security to coordinating with thousands of stakeholders. There are no extensions. There's no pushing the date. Okay, so this brings us to a really crucial point. In the real world, things are almost never this clean and simple. Most of the big, important projects out there don't fit neatly into just one of these boxes. The reality is they're hybrids. Let's take building a new university hospital. If you look at it through one lens, it's a classic investment project. It's all about the physical building, the high-tech equipment. But if that's the only way you see it, you're probably going to fail, because it is just as much an organizational project. It's about designing new patient workflows, moving entire departments, and building a whole new culture of collaboration in that new space. Launching a new company-wide software platform is a fantastic example of how projects can evolve. It might start its life as an R&D project, developing some innovative new technology. Then it morphs into a massive organizational project where you have to train thousands of people.
And finally, that go live date turns it into an event project with all the pressure of a fixed high-stakes deadline.
So you see, the big lesson here isn't about trying to force your project into one category. It's about adopting this flexible toolkit mindset so you can see your project from all the angles that actually matter. There's a quote from the source material that just hits the nail on the head. It says, "Use project types as a toolkit, not as pigeonholes. They're meant to be lenses that give you clarity, not boxes that confine your thinking." So the real takeaway is this. Instead of asking, which one of these 4 types is my project, you should be asking, what elements of my project fit which type? When you do that, you can start combining different management approaches. You can build a much richer, more complete picture that really respects the unique mix of challenges, the technical, the human, and the time-based, that pretty much every real-world project has.
And that leaves us with one final thought for you to take away. Think about the most important project that you're working on right now. Which of these 4 lenses, investment, R&D, organizational, or event, could help you see it just a little bit more clearly and maybe lead it to a much bigger success?